So I'm Doris Sumner. I'm a retired Chief Warrant Officer 4 from the state of Vermont. And my colleague and friend here, Master Sergeant Retired Karin Kasupski, we're both from Vermont. And we are here to shed the light on military sexual trauma and how this impacts the representation of women in the armed forces. So Karin and I retired this past year. We've both spent decades in the Army National Guard. In the Guard, we were leaders of a military women's program promoting gender equality because we recognized the talent loss by maintaining, a male-majority military. I launched a diversity education company called Empowering Gender Opportunities, EGO. That's that big banner in the back, and there's things on the table for you to take if you want more information about what EGO's mission is. And I'm also writing a book myself about my experience as an equal opportunity manager and the challenges of promoting gender equality in the military. So one might understand there is some challenges in promoting gender equality in the military. There are many facts published regarding the realities for female veterans. Many appreciate the status and the military benefits. That's why we joined. We acknowledge the progress that has been made for female veterans and the success and honor that many female warriors have earned. So we don't take anything away from that. However, there is a sad reality that there are a considerable number of women veterans who feel ignored, invisible, disrespected, and isolated as they transition into the communities. So how can we make this better? That's Stephanie's passion, to have a women's Veterans Advocacy Initiative to help female veterans because there's gaps. There's gaps and we need help. We're all trying to make life better for women veterans. That's what we're focused on here today. That is our core mission and our connectedness. And Karin and I wrote that poem, I light on my shadow box, because we wanted to highlight, as we were ending our military careers, we wanted to highlight the reality of military sexual trauma, along with the honor of being a patriot. So Americans trust the military more than any other institution in our society, more even than law enforcement, more than politics, We trust the military. Those in uniform are given unwavering, respect. And it's really hard to question the military. So when you start questioning the military, often people see you as questioning the patriotism. But the facts bear out, and it's we're not proud of this, but the facts bear out that 1 in 4 women will experience sexual assault in a military career. 1 in 4. So let's just take a moment to pause at that. That is a daunting number. So as our speaker said, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain out there in the women's veterans. And I say, sexual assault happens to men too. Sexual trauma and sexism. We're here today to focus on the impacts for women, but we honor and respect the impacts of men too. So why would anybody want to join the military with numbers like that? And if military sexual trauma wasn't bad enough, now we're hearing about continued trauma for women as they go to the veteran centers to seek help for MST issues that they're having, getting sexually harassed at a veteran facility. What causes an honorable warrior who would die for your country, who has assembled a shadow box of patches and medals? What would cause a veteran to harm another veteran, to sexually harass or sexually assault another veteran? Is it a few bad apples? Do we have a few bad people in our society? Is it bad training? Can we all roll our eyes on the military prevention of sexual harassment training? Is it confusion on boundaries? Are we just not saying our boundaries good enough? My research and my study and my experience is that it's not all of those. The cause is sexism. So I'd like y'all to say the word sexism. What comes to mind when you say that word sexism? I have had military leaders, commanders say, do we have to say the word sexism? very uncomfortable to say the word sexism. But sexism isn't just sex-based offenses. Sexism is an attitude that one sex is somehow superior to another, and therefore it promotes this attitude of entitlement to say, to ignore, to touch another person and consider that this person is inferior to them so they have the right to do this. Often we can feel sexism, we can feel a sexist attitude, but it's hard to describe and put in a sentence. The hierarchy structure of the military, along with the male-dominated demographics, gives opportunities for sexist attitudes to fester. Because sexism impacts more women than it does men, because sexism is about power. The facts bear this out through well-documented studies that there is a cultural problem in the military, and that is why there has not been an increase in the representation of women. Women just don't want to be in a sexist culture. So we opt out or we don't join. I was an equal opportunity manager for 13 years, the last 13 years of my career, full-time for the National Guard, working on equal opportunity cases. And 100% of the issues that I dealt with were sexual harassment or gender-based. Now remember, I'm from Vermont, so I did not have race-based EO cases there. I was Equal Opportunity Council chair for all of the states, the 54 states and territories, and sexual harassment and gender-based issues were number one and race being second, okay? And I borrowed this analogy.